What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is October 6th of 2017. Well, folks, as you keep up with my channel, you know that I always say to invest long term, and there's a lot of candidates out in the crypto space that I'm currently either holding or looking to hold that have really attracted me to hold them for the longer term rather than trying to swing trade them. There's a lot of opportunity to swing trade in markets, but there's even more opportunity to hold for the long run. And there's a lot of great players out there, even with all the crazy amount of new ICOs and cryptos coming into the space. So today I'm going to share just the first 5 of my top 15 to hold throughout the year of 2018. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. First one I want to talk about today is ARK. Now, ARK is a really nice crypto for the long run because it's an enterprise solution that not only has started to get a sense of adoption, but has continued to maintain a solid uptrend throughout its existence. Ever since its ICO, ARK has continued to prove successful in the sense of its price action. Having continuous uptrends that have nice scalable corrections, it always seems to rally to new highs, and the lows continue to find higher levels of support on the technical side. We can see that ARK is currently sitting around a valuation of $264 million, so it's in the mid-cap space. Congratulations, ARK. And I mean, it's gone up to higher valuations before as well. It's been almost all the way up to $400 million. So I think that ARK could continue higher. Enterprise solution ICOs are really some of the best in the business for scalable adoption in the long run. And even though there's a lot out there, ARK has really made itself stand out. A few features that make ARK stand out is that not only does it have an unlimited amount of upgrades and features coming to the platform, but the biggest thing, and I recommend you go watch my ARK video if you want to, check into this and learn a little bit more, I would recommend you all see the potential in bridging. This is something, or smart bridges as they call it in ARK. And this is going to be a pretty revolutionary piece of ARK's technology. I talk about this very in depth on my Vertcoin video, so I recommend you go check it out if you want to learn about it. But they have extremely fast transactions, it's decentralized, and it's very sustainable in the sense of privacy and security. So again, ARK is a really good leading solutions player in the enterprise solutions market for cryptocurrencies. And I've always told y'all, enterprise solutions kind of gets me giddy. It's an interesting part of crypto, and it's where you're going to see the first kind of mass scale adoption outside of finance crypto. So again, enterprise solution, I recommend you read the white paper, dig deep into it, and see what the team's all up to. Next up is Substratum. Substratum is one of the ICOs that I'm actually not negative on. I was one of the first YouTubers to cover it back when it first came onto the scene, and Substratum has had a relatively successful ICO. As you can see, they just recently had a coin burning the other day. I like the fact that they're doing a coin burning. I wouldn't say that just solidifies that it's going to give it more and more value, but really, I think with the kind of larger supply that Substratum had, it's starting to really lower it, and I like the team at Substratum. They're doing a fantastic job. They're keeping extremely active with their community. I think they do like daily or weekly updates on the community. So I think Substratum's a very good one as well. And it's only an Ether Delta and it's getting this much volume. It's already past our safe volume trade zone. But they're actually in talks about getting on Binance through the community vote, which is going to be massive for Substratum. Along with that, I'm hoping that they'll get on another big exchange like Bittrex and a few other players as well. However, at the core of it, Substratum, if you're curious about what it's all about, Substratum is focusing on decentralizing the web, decentralizing web hosting. And they're trying to hopefully build a system where we can serve as nodes on the network with our computers with the Substratum node to host websites for one another and earn Substratum. It's a really interesting concept. It's a way to earn Substratum and earn pay while you sleep, while your PC is there running. And we can decentralize hosting, so we don't need VPNs to breach the privacy of the web. We won't need some kind of, I guess I would say a VPN to browse the web freely, or at least, in the case of China, go on social media websites that we want to go on. It sounds crazy, right? But sadly, that's the reality. And a lot of people will tell you that they've actually been through that because their government is oppressive in the sense of what they can see on the web. So it's really sad, but Substratum is going out and fixing that, and they're implementing all kinds of different features as well, talking about what the decentralized web can look like. They've been featured in Forbes, Huffington Post, and these are a lot of the kind of big selling points. The one-click software that allows anyone to start earning Substrate and become part of the network. And they've got a lot of implementations of artificial intelligence, cryptography, and CryptoPay. CryptoPay is going to be a payment system on the network. And to me, I think it's really sweet because they're going to make it easy where you can use it as a payment solutions on the web. It's going to be an easy plugin for all websites on the network. So again, there's all types of stuff going on with this. I like the team Substrate. Justin and I have had an interview on the channel. He's a great guy. So I recommend you go check it out. It seems like a really interesting project. The third one I want to talk about is Vertcoin. Vertcoin has been killing it. I got into Vertcoin around, I think $1.10 was when I got in. So I'm up 30 cents per Vertcoin. And I'm looking to add my position while it's cheap now. Vertcoin is a GPU mineable coin. And Vertcoin itself has really interested me because I think not only is the GPU scene and the mining scene, as I learned a little more about it, is going to continue to develop, but along with that, Vertcoin's market cap has shown solid uptrend for the past few months. After the altcoin bubble, it kind of had a stellar pullback, much like most coins out there, but it's come back because it has a lot of good selling points. Vertcoin is one of more the traditional cryptocurrencies that's simply meant to be used as a currency. And it's really focused on making a sustainable proof of work coin. So if we go down, there's a few different selling points. They're really focusing on decentralized mining, so they are not going to be using ASICs, which I personally think is best. It's on the Lightning Network in the alpha phase. We also have a one-click Vertcoin miner. This is going to allow you, again, for simple adoption of your platform and your cryptocurrency, where people can literally start with a one-click miner and start mining Vertcoin. I'm really starting to think that I want to do this because I'm a big supporter of the project when it actually comes out. So again, when that one-click miner comes out, Vertcoin is going to see some very serious adoption, and I think mass scale eventually. Next up, as you all know, NEO. NEO, one of my favorites in the long run. I know a lot of people were fighting with China. A lot of people were worried about NEO. And, when we were calling for a pullback back here, and, or when we were calling for the pullback and we started buying at the lows, we said, guys, don't fight. This is a good one. And NEO has come back up, and it has been killing it recently. More than doubling its market cap from its lows. It's done a fantastic job. So NEO has continued to go up through the year. I think that NEO is going to continue to be the leading player in China. I think, there is players like Quantum as well, and NEO is another enterprise solution, as well as Quantum as well. And I think these enterprise solutions in China are going to become very big. I think people just haven't seen it yet. To be fair, the kind of mass scale adoption to fulfill the value of NEO right now hasn't really been there. There is still need for a decent amount of corporate adoption of using NEO. However, they've given all the tools and necessities to make it happen. They have all of the language flexibility they can need with the language compiler in the NEO platform. And you'll be able to use a variety of languages on top of the NEO platform to build applications and build decentralized applications and as a whole. So I think that NEO is going to continue to be a leader. It's truly trying to build the smart economy. Now, I think it's kind of a generic term, but basically, I recommend if you're really curious about it, I think you'll have probably heard me talk about NEO way too much on my channel. If there is something you don't know about NEO or you're curious about learning about NEO, I recommend you go watch my video on NEO. NEO is one of my favorite long-term players. And going into the smart economy is going to be very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where NEO can take it and this whole concept of bringing blockchain to enterprise. So again, keep an eye on NEO. Looks good to me. Last but not least is Omise Go. Now I know I usually have talked negative about Omise Go, and not so much negative. I want to keep it clear in that sense. I haven't been negative on Omise Go. I've been kind of hard on it, saying that it needed a correction, and we finally got an actual serious correction in Omise Go. Omise Go has gone from around $1,269,000,000 down to $856 million. So this has been a nice correction, but it's been able to hold a majority of these ridiculously fast gains in Omise Go. So there's a lot of optimism behind the project. A lot of people are really bullish on it. And it was like, people would get mad at me if I was like telling them, like, guys, we need to pull back. And finally we did get it, because to be fair, it wasn't pulling back. The strength is really good in this one, and the volume has maintained relatively strong as well. $15 million, actually almost $16 million in the past 24 hours. So again, Omise Go is one of my favorites in the long run in the kind of finance part of cryptocurrency. And finance is probably the sector with the largest amount of space with blockchain, at least for now. So, of course, they're trying to use base Ethereum technology under Omise Go, and they've been able to build a system that's going to help with all kinds of financial transactions, remittance, settlements, whatever it may be. There is a ton of different frameworks that Omise Go is trying to step into in the finance sector. So again, I've done a video on Omise Go. I did it quite early on. I recommend you go look into it, see what they're all about. They have a wallet SDK that lets you build custom wallets that give some kind of gamification rewards or other benefits to using that wallet platform. Some are very minimalistic and simple, some are more complex. So again, read the white paper, check into the website, check my video on it. I really recommend you all look into these. But I think Omise Go, coming from the original company, Omise really has a sense of benefit from it. It's coming from a stable company originally. So again, look into it, check into the project. I think it's definitely a win in the long run. That being said, everyone, those are my top 5 players for the first 5 out of 15 that I'm going to be holding into 2018 most likely. I still have yet to buy Omise Go. I'm going to be possibly buying some soon, but these are 5 players that I'm very optimistic on. I'd like to hear what you're optimistic on, though, down in the comments down below. And tell me what you all think about these 5 coins. Do you think these 5 are set to be winners in 2018? I know I might have not mentioned a coin you wanted to see, so if you've got one, leave it down in the comments down below. But until then, everyone, I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.